Hey everybody, Ed here. I just want to take you guys on a day with me door dashing. It's about 2:20 in the afternoon on a Saturday afternoon. It's raining, and in my mind, it's perfect weather to DoorDash because in my experience in the restaurant business, restaurants are busier when people see that the weather's raining out. They get kind of down. And what better way to pick up your spirits than to go out to eat? Let's say you don't want to go out to eat. Maybe the rain is keeping you down. You don't want to leave the house. What better way is to have someone deliver the food to you? So I'm pretty anxious to see how well I can do on this Saturday afternoon. And the weather's kind of dreary, but I got the upbeat attitude. Maybe we can make some money here, and I'll bring you guys along. All right, we're going to see what kind of orders I can get. I'm going to turn on the DoorDash app and see what's what. Maybe we can pick up some nice orders here and make a nice day out of today here. Okay, they're saying that they're going to add $1 per order. And just as I get done saying that, we got an order from Jimmy John's for $5.35. And hold on here. We're going to take it.
Avenue, US 20.
Typically, it's a $5.35 order and I'm driving 5 miles for it. But I look at it this way. Sometimes it's good to take a smaller order like this to help prime the algorithm with DoorDash so that maybe the bigger orders will come after that. That's my theory. You could take it for however you want, but I believe that sometimes you can take these lower level ones so that you could get the better ones later on. Besides that, I look at this as a warm-up to get the juices flowing and ready to go. So yeah, Jimmy John's, what I like about Jimmy John's is when you go there, the food is always ready whenever you get there. You're never waiting for your order. I can tell you, McDonald's over here by my house and the Chipotle have a history with me of always making me wait, especially McDonald's. But all right, I'll bring you guys back when I get to Jimmy John's. Typically, it's a $5.35 order and I'm driving 5 miles for it. But I look at it this way. Sometimes it's good to take a smaller order like this to help prime the algorithm with DoorDash so that maybe the bigger orders will come after that. That's my theory. You could take it for however you want, but I believe that sometimes you can take these lower level ones so that you could get the better ones later on. Besides that, I look at this as a warm-up to get the juices flowing and ready to go. So yeah, Jimmy John's, what I like about Jimmy John's is when you go there, the food is always ready whenever you get there. You're never waiting for your order. I can tell you, McDonald's over here by my house and the Chipotle have a history with me of always making me wait, especially McDonald's. But all right, I'll bring you guys back when I get to Jimmy John's. Okay, the order was ready, and it's a nice size order, and just as I suspected, the order was ready the moment I got in there. But it was kind of hard to get the attention of the people that work there. It was just sitting there. They were just, on their phone talking. And finally, one of them looked over at me and I said, "Hey, I got an order for DoorDash." And so there. The last time I was there at that particular Jimmy John's, there was a customer that had come in while I was waiting on my order. They had this really cool Jurassic Park SUV. And I took a picture of it, and I'll put the picture of that in here, but it was pretty cool. I was waiting for a dinosaur, though, to attack me. Okay, that order went good. And as soon as I confirmed that order was delivered, I got another order in the same general vicinity, $5.25 for, it's a $5.25. It's going to go to Blasian Fusion. 1 mile and 1.8 miles for $5. That's a yes on that one. All right, let's go. I'm headed down Lindbergh, approaching Rare, and this is where I had me and my wife Michelle's wedding at Rare Hall. It's not Rare Hall anymore, but believe it or not, my sister had her wedding here, and my in-laws, Peggy and Jack, had their wedding reception there also. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, Asian Fusion. Looks like a egg rolls are us type place. All right, on our way. We've been at it for almost 40 minutes, and we've already banked $10 and change, almost $11 in 40 minutes. But here's the thing, we just got a new order, China Sea, and that's a $13.40 order and 7 miles. So that's a definite one we're gonna wanna go with. All right, we're gonna accept that one, and I'll pick you guys up when we get to China Sea. I've had many orders from China Sea, and it's an Asian restaurant, and it's always ready. The food is always ready and hot when I get there. That's another one of these places that I don't mind doing orders from because they seem to be on the ball there. So, China Sea, let's roll.
Drive west.
Just as I suspected, it's a double order. We got to go to Pizza Now. Fortunately, it's in the same vicinity as China Sea, so I'm not too worried about it. You get a lot of these double orders. This is kind of like what I was hoping for. We had those two first orders that were quick hitters for $5, and now you're starting to see
Drive east.
the wheels turning, and you're getting the better orders now. So by the time I complete this order, I'll pretty much be by my $25 an hour area for the first hour. I'll bring you guys back when we get to the hour mark, and we'll see where we're at once we pick up these orders and drop them off, and then I'll give you a quick update on where we are with our money at that point. Okay, I don't want to go into oncoming traffic, but fortunately Pizza Now is pretty close by. Quick update, this order for the pizza from Pizza Now is taking me out of my hot zone area, and that could be a problem after we drop off these orders. We're going to have to see where we are after the two orders get dropped off, because we may have to pause orders and try to get back into the hot zone. Just a little heads up, sometimes the orders are good, but sometimes they take you where you there's no restaurants around to get the next order. All right. Okay, someone's house is on fire. Not good. I'm gonna say a prayer for whoever that is. When I went to St. Mary Magdalene, and whenever we would hear either an EMS or a fire truck drive by our window, the sisters would always have us say a prayer for whoever was in need of that emergency service. So hope and pray that everything works out all right for that person's, wherever that fire truck is going. I hope it turns out all right. That's just a small little fire in a dumpster. There you go. We're over here on Euclid Avenue, and right across the street is Tucker's Casino. No, it's not a real casino, but it is like a bar. And I may be going to MGM tonight because it's one of the last few days that MGM will actually be MGM. Yeah, we're in East Cleveland right now. Not your greatest of neighborhoods, but hey, the order is good, so I'm on my way there. Yeah, MGM is going to become another company is taking them over, so I want to go there for the last time before it's not MGM anymore. So, gonna be fun. I'm gonna hit the buffet, guys. Yeah, the buffet is happening at the MGM buffet. Awesome, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna DoorDash for a few hours and get Michelle and go to the casino one more time. Okay, we are at the 1 hour mark, maybe a little bit over, and we're at $24. And there's a red card order that just came up for $5.25. I'm gonna not take that one because it's not. I wasn't in the mood to do shopping today. Today is one of those days where I want to stick solely to food delivery, not shopping. So I estimated 1 to 2 minute wait time to get an offer. That's okay. I will wait. All right. I'm going to continue to dash and for another hour, and I'll bring you guys back. If something interesting happens along the way, I'll bring you guys back to update you. But I want to bring you guys back after the 2 hours of dashing to see where we are with our total. Cool looking McDonald's here. I love this artwork. It reminds me of Eddie Van Halen's guitar. Another fire truck, another prayer waiting to happen. It's a bummer on a Saturday. All this EMSs driving by. Yeah, I ended up taking that order for the Family Dollar or whatever, and I spent more time looking for one bag of rubber bands than it was worth. So, but I am on an order right now for McDonald's for almost $9. So that should boost our number. Look at that. Accident almost happened just for the EMS to get through. Crazy. It is now 4:38 and I had a total of about 2 hours. We're a little over 2 hours. And I came to a total for door dashing in that 2 hour of $48.50. And I got a breakdown on those totals that I want to take a quick look at. We did the Jimmy John's for $5.35, the Blasian Fusion for $5.25, Pizza Now, that was the nice one for the day for $13.40. Family Dollar, I initially did not want to take it. I ended up taking it. That was the one where I had to find the rubber bands. And that was, it was only, you know, what killed me on that one was the time it took to find the rubber band. And I eventually found it. And then McDonald's started to get our comeback trail for $8.75. And that one had $3.25 pay from DoorDash and a $5.50 tip on that one. That one was a nice one. And then we finished the day another red door, and there was a pay of $7.25 from DoorDash and a $3 tip. That was one item that I bought. So it worked out to be a $48.50 day on a Saturday afternoon, a rainy Saturday afternoon, midday, after the lunch rush and before the dinner rush. But you know, I gotta work with my priorities here, and it's time to go home and get cleaned up and head out to the casino for MGM. So I'm looking forward to that. You got to have your priorities, guys. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, which you probably are, because basically I only have 39 subscribers. So let's boost that number a little bit. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.